We're gonna get started in a seated position on our mat. So cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. One foot in front of the other. And then just take a moment to invite yourself into your space. Allow those eyes to close. Maybe rest your hands on your knees. Palms facing up if you feel like you need to receive something from the world today. Maybe palms facing down if you need a little bit more rootedness, groundedness in your practice, in your body, in your mind. And just starting here with the breath, noticing your inhales and your exhales through your nose. We'll start with a round of communal breath together. So from here, letting go of all of that air through your nose. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, sighing everything out. Big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, big breath in through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Now taking a moment here to come into a breath that feels good for you in your body. It might be that Ujjayi breath. It might just be a simple inhale and exhale through the nose. Maybe start to cultivate that intention for your practice, asking yourself what brought you to your mat today. Once you have that, inhale to sweep the arms over the head, bringing your palms to touch. Then exhale those hands to your heart center, sealing that intention in for your practice. Maybe a slight bow of your head towards your heart, acknowledging your intention, acknowledging your body. Next inhale, sweep both arms up and over the head. Exhale, take a forward fold over those crossed legs. Reach the arms to the tippy top of your mat. Really press those hips back towards your mat. Take about 2 more breaths here. And then walk those hands back towards your hips. So uncross the legs in the other direction. So maybe the left foot is on top this time. And then inhale again, sweep both arms up and over the head. And then exhale, take that forward fold all the way to the tippy top of your mat. Pressing those hips back towards your heels. Breathing here. And then walk those hands back towards your hips once again. Sitting up long, hands on your knees. Relax those shoulders down the back, crown of the head reaching up high. And then we'll roll forward from here into your tabletop position. So I'm going to turn to face forward on my mat now. Tabletop position. We'll start with our cat-cow poses. So as you inhale, drop that belly, lift the heart and the chest. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your heart, round through the upper back. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart and the chest. Exhale, tuck your chin to your heart, round. And go through this 3 more times at your own pace. Feeling that ebb and flow in the spine. Maybe it feels a little tight and sticky and you want to stay in one of these positions a little bit longer than the other. That's totally okay. 1 more round, just like that. And then as you come back through neutral, fingers open nice and wide, tuck the tailbone under, middle finger pointing to the tippy top of your mat. Really ground down equally into every finger, the entire palm of your hand. As you tuck those toes under, lift your hips up high for your first downward facing dog. Then set yourself up here, so pedal it out. Stretch through the legs, notice the toes, the soles of your feet. Heels as they tap to the ground. Maybe sway your hips out side to side. Remembering this is your practice. So find movement in your body that's freeing, that feels good for you. Chest drops back towards your thighs. Begin to find some stillness here in this down dog. Melt your heels to the ground if that's available to you, or have a little bit of a bend in the knees so that the spine can be long and straight. Your chest drops a little closer to the thighs. The hips and the tailbones are lifted high up to the sky, up to the ceiling. Let that head relax, gaze back at your toes. Again, really pressing down into the palms of your hands equally. We'll hold here, breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And for 1. From here, I want you to walk your hands a little bit closer to your feet, and then right hand is going to reach back for your left ankle. Grab a hold of your ankle, pull that right elbow to the ground as you twist and gaze underneath your left armpit. And then we'll come back through center. Left hand reaches back for that right ankle. Twist and gaze underneath the right armpit. Good, and then come back through center. Walking those hands back to your downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. And then bend through your knees, look to the top of your mat, start to walk those feet all the way forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold into your ragdoll pose, reach for opposite elbows, letting the head go, let the neck go. Then take a moment to sway side to side. Shake your head out, yes. Shake it out, no. All that stress and tension in the body, release it, shake it out. And maybe let those hands fall heavy to the ground. Again, inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Place your right hand underneath your face. Take a bend into your right knee. Twist and lift that left arm all the way to the sky. Try to keep your hips squared off. The left leg straight. A bend in that right knee. We'll switch to the other side. Left hand's going to lower. Bend into that left knee. Right arm inhales. Twist. Gaze up at the right hand. Keep that right leg straight. And then exhale, lower that hand. Inhale, find that halfway lift once again. Exhale, fold. Find a little bit of a bend in your knees, and then very slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll your body all the way up to standing. Shoulders roll back behind you. Palms face forward. Tuck the tailbone under, the chin slightly tucked under, the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Lifting all 10 toes off your mat, re-lower them one at a time. Re-ground into the soles of your feet. A little bit of a bend in the knees here. Don't lock the knees out. And we'll take our half salutations. Next, inhale, both arms sweep up and over the head. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching up, looking up. One more time, all the way through. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, take your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, rise all the way up, reaching up. This time your right hand is going to reach for your left wrist. Relax the shoulders down the back. Pull up on the left wrist. Reach up and over to the right. Press down into your left foot, left hip. Gaze underneath the left arm. Lengthen through the left side body. And then pull your way back through center. Left hand reaches for your right wrist. Take that gentle pull up and over to the left as you press down into your right foot, right hip. Gaze up and underneath that right armpit. And then come back through center. Cactus those arms, baby back bend. Press your hips forward, open the heart towards the sky. Inhale back through center, reach up through those fingertips. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Taking our full sun A, inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hand, step one foot back and then the other. We're gonna set it up for this first round. Heels stacked over the toes. Slight rounding in the upper back as if you're in that cat pose. Core engaged, shift your shoulders slightly over the wrists here. We're gonna take our baby cobra for this first round. So from here, either lower the knees if you need to, or lower in one piece all the way down to your belly. Release the toes behind you so the toenails are touching the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead to mat. Inhale, peel that heart and chest off the ground. Exhale, forehead to mat. One more time, inhale, lift. This time, hover those hands off the ground, pinch your shoulder blades back behind you, lift an inch higher, press the toenails into the mat. Exhale to release. Tuck those toes under. From here, press up, high plank. Shift back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in this down dog. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose, setting yourself up, big bend in the knees if you need to, or allow those heels to melt to the ground, allowing the back of the legs to peel open. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend through those knees, look to the top of your mat, walk those feet all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana, reach up arms over the head. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat, stepping one foot back and then the other, find that high plank. This time we're lowering halfway down chaturanga. Keep those elbows hugged in close to the body, lower halfway down. Come on to the tops of the feet. Urdhva Mukha, upward facing, the thighs lifted off the ground, shoulders roll back behind you. And then roll onto those toes, downward facing dog. We're gonna take that one more time, all the way through. 3 breaths here. Find that solid down dog, hips lifted high towards the sky. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend those knees, look to the top of your mat, walk or maybe hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's go one more time. Inhale, swoop those arms all the way over the head, extended Tadasana. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back through your low chaturanga. Upward facing, thighs peeling off the ground. Downward facing, Adho Mukha. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more, just like that. Set this up. Remember the spine is straight here, the chest dropping back to the thighs, pressing into the palms of the hands equally. And at the bottom of that next exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise, extended Tadasana, sweep those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time we're gonna plant our hand, step that left foot back, lower the knee, and begin to rock it out back and forth here from your half split to your low lunge. Just warming up the back of that right leg. Take a couple rocks back and forth, a few rocks here. And then eventually we'll sit back in that half split, digging our right heel into the ground. Left hip stays stacked over the knee. Hands on the mat if that's available for you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Keep the left hand planted into the ground. Inhale that right arm up high. Get in a nice twist. Good. Right hand is going to lower. Take a bend into your right knee, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up and over the head. From here, relax those shoulders. Gaze up in between the hands. Feel that left hip and psoas melting open. One more breath here. Good. Exhale your hands to the ground. Tuck the left toes under. Lift your knee. Inhale to your half split just for a moment. And then exhale, step that left foot down to meet the right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step that right foot back. Lower your knee and begin to rock it out back and forth here. Good. Allowing the back of that left leg to start to peel open. Eventually sitting back, half split, half Hanumanasana. Dig your left heel into the ground, flex those toes towards your face. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Plant the right hand on the ground. Inhale that left arm all the way to the sky. Really pulling up on the left fingertips. Good. Exhale, lower it down. Take a bend into that left knee. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Both arms sweep up and over the head. Relax through your shoulders, gazing up, peeling that right hip and psoas open. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Lower those hands to the ground. Tuck the right toes under. Lift your knee. Shift your weight into the left foot. Float the right toes up. And then down to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, high all the way. Reach those arms over the head. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Stepper, hop back, high to low plank. Take your vinyasa in whatever form feels best for you. We're meeting in our downward facing dog. Good. Breathing here for 3. Breathing for 2. And for 1. Right leg, inhale, reach it up high. From here, bend your knees, stack your hips. Start to circle through the ankle. Circle through that knee, big juicy circles. Maybe you hear some pops and cracks in that right hip. Rebend that knee, stack your hips, shoulders stay squared off. Your right heel is touching your glute. The knee is reaching as high to the sky as you can get it. Exhale, pull your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, pull that knee to your nose. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee opposite elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in, hold for 3, 2, 1. Lightly step that foot in between your hand. High crescent lunge, rise all the way up. This time your left heel is stacked over the toes. You relax through the shoulders, gazing forward. Breathing. That back knee is lifted. That leg is nice and straight. Big bend in that right knee. 1 more inhale. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. High to low plank. Upward facing. And downward facing. Beautiful. Other side, left leg, inhale. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Shoulders stay squared off. Circle through your ankle. Roll those circles in the knee. As if you're drawing a circle with your kneecap on the wall beside you. Take it in the opposite direction. Then rebend that knee, stack your hip, pull your heel to your glute, knee to the sky, shoulders stay squared off. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee opposite elbow. Inhale, take it back, bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it and hold. 3, 2, 1. Lightly step it in between your hand, high crescent. Right heel is stacked over your toes. Relax through your shoulders. Gazing forward, holding here, strong legs. The right heel over the toes. Lift the knee an inch higher for 3, 2, 1. Exhale your hands down, step back, high to low. Up dog. Down dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And at the bottom of that exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, walk or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Reach those arms up, get your big toes to touch. We're taking our chair pose, Utkatasana, sit all the way back. Your tailbone is tucked under here. Try to reach up with the hands, straight arms, gaze in between your fingertips. Lift all 10 toes off the mat if you need to. Relax through the shoulders. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, changing things up here. Exhale, plant your hand, step that left foot back, high crescent lunge. Inhale. Good. We're taking one more breath here, going through a little bit of a faster pace. Exhale, lower your hands to the ground. Right foot steps back, high to low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Good. Left leg. Inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, step it in between your hand, high crescent. Inhale, rise. Hold. We were here before, so find that solid crescent lunge. Adding in our standing split. Exhale, lower your hands to the ground. Float the right toes off of the mat, standing splits. Good. Option to find a balance or option to keep your hands on the mat. It doesn't matter how high the right leg comes. Just keeping those hips squared off. Lifting through that right leg. Exhale, lower it to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Exhale, sit low chair pose. Good. Find that deepest chair pose, tailbone tucked, weight in your heels, arms straight, gazing in between your fingertips. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So on your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. This time the right foot steps back. Inhale, high crescent, rise. Hold. Next exhale, lower the hands to the ground. Take your vinyasa flow, high to low. Up dog. And down dog. Good. Right leg, inhale, reach it up high. Step that right foot in between your hand. Again, high crescent lunge. Set it up. Hold. Beautiful. Exhale those hands to the ground. Float the left toes into your standing splits. Finding a balance or keeping your hands on the ground. Try to keep the hips squared off. For 3. Breathing for 2. And for 1. Good. Lower the left toes to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. And then exhale, sit low chair pose. Good. We're going to start to add on from here. So just listening to your body, asking it what it wants and what it needs. We're going to take our hands to heart center. Prayer twist over to the right. Left elbow comes to your right knee. Prayer twist. So notice here how one knee always wants to poke in front of the other. Can you draw them back in line together? Keep them together. Twisting through that torso, thumbs towards your heart center. Option to lower the left hand to the ground. Right arm inhales up high. Option to also take that side curl, turn around to face you guys. We're going to take both of our hands down to the right side of our mat. Your right knee is on that left forearm. We're above the elbow, creating that 90-degree shelf. Shifting your way over to the side, float your toes off the ground. In whatever form. Hold for 3. 2, maybe you're just holding that chair pose. That's totally okay. We're meeting back in that twisted chair pose. Good. Inhale back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. You'll get a chance to play on the other side. Don't worry. Right leg. Inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, step that right foot in between your hand. Find your high crescent lunge. God, we're adding on from here. Taking a few different flows and postures. Exhale, take an open arm twist to the right. Gazing back at your right hand. The heart is open towards the right side of your room, your mat, outside, wherever you are. Twist and gaze over to the right. Option to stay here, option to add in that revolved crescent lunge. Lower your right hand behind you. Left arm is going to inhale all the way up to the sky. Now we're coming in for that gentle twist. Exhale, lower the left hand. Right arm stays up high. So pull up on the right fingertips. Try to be light on that left hand. Breathing for 3, 2, 1. From here, right hand lowers to the inside of that right foot. Drop that back heel down. Inhale your left arm up high. And really pull up on the left fingertips in that side angle pose. Use your right elbow to press that right knee open. If this is too much for you, take that right elbow on the knee. That's totally okay. Breathe. 3, 2. Engage your core. Use that to pull you all the way to warrior 2. Palms are facing down. Gazing over the right fingertips. Big bend in that right knee. Maybe you feel a burning sensation. Pressing into the pinky side toe of that left foot. Perfect. Calm, focus, but strong and steady in the arms. Start to straighten that right leg. Reverse your triangle. Tip it all the way back. And then find Trikonasana. Reach forward with the right fingertips. Lower all the way down to the ground. Gaze up again to your left hand. So try to roll that right hip under. Pull up on the left fingertips. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Pull your way back through center. Turn those right toes to be parallel with the left toes. Open up that heart and chest. Exhale, bow down, forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Let the head go, let the neck go. Option to take a little sway side to side. Whatever feels good here for you. Maybe walking those hands behind you. We're going to start to add in a little bit of balancing. We'll add in some core work. And then we'll go through and do the whole thing again on the other side. From here, walk those hands back under your face. Inhale to a halfway lift. Spider-Man lunge. Bend into your left knee. Right leg straightens. Hanging out here for a moment. Maybe pull those hands to heart center. Maybe keep them on the ground. Find one more breath. Good. Walk your hands back all the way to the top of your mat. So you're in a runner's lunge now at the top of your mat. Inhale back again, high crescent lunge. Reach those arms up and over the head. Warrior 3, take your belly to your thigh. Arms reaching back behind you. This is where we'll add in our balance. Float the left toes off the ground. Warrior 3. Perfect. Good. Holding here, lift that chest up, square the hips off, toes flex to the ground. And then very slowly fold into that standing split again. We were here already. We're adding on. Put some weight into your right hand at the right corner of your mat. Start to stack that left foot on top, left hip on top of the right hip. Pulling up. Half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Very slowly square those hips back off. Shiva squats. From here, take that left knee behind you, bend into the right knee. Shiva squat, inhale back to that standing split. Exhale, bend into the right knee, tap the left knee behind the right. Inhale, reach it back up one more time. Exhale. Good. Inhale, reach it back up. This time we're going to exhale, lower all the way down to a seat. So your right foot is crossed over the left ankle. I'm going to turn around to face you so you can see me. Right foot is over that left knee. We're taking a twist. Good. Right hand comes behind you. Left arm inhales up. Seated twist. Left elbow to your right knee. Twist and gaze over that right shoulder. Good. With every inhale, find some length in the spine. With every exhale, twist and gaze back a little bit more. For 3, 2, and 1. From here, release back through center. Bow your head over to the left just to release a little bit. And then come back up. Navasana, boat pose, uncross those legs. I'm going to turn back to face forward on my mat. Option to have your toes on the ground and your hands behind your thigh. Just try to keep the spine straight. Typically in this posture, we want to round, but we're trying to keep that spine straight. So that might mean having the hands under the thighs. Maybe then you float the toes off the ground. Maybe then while keeping that spine straight, you can reach the arms forward. Holding your Navasana, boat pose. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. We're coming to low boat. Straighten the legs. Keep your arms lifted, your heart and chest lifted. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Good. Rock up and down the spine, massaging the length of your spine. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to rock all the way to a chair pose. So get some momentum without using your hands. Come all the way up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sitting back nice and low in that chair pose. We're going to take that whole thing to the other side. Hands come to heart center. Prayer twist, right elbow, left knee. Palms to touch, gaze up and over that left shoulder. Option to lower the right hand down. Inhale that left arm up. Option for side crow. Bending all the way down. Your hands are over on the left edge of your mat. Take that left knee to the back of that right arm. Find your 90-degree angle. And then take your pose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. We're all meeting back in that twisted chair pose. And then inhale, both arms over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back through your chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. All right. Same thing on the other side. You might notice it feels different. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's weirder. We'll try it out. Left leg, inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, step that foot in between your hand. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Set yourself up first. Relax through those shoulders. When we move and when we change our gaze, the balance might shift a little bit. So be mindful of your body so we don't hurt anything. Next exhale, open arm twist to the left. Gaze back at your left hand. Pull the heart open to the left side of the room, outside, wherever you are. Maybe reverse that. Left hand lowers behind you. Right arm pulls up to the sky. Perfect. From here, lower the right hand to the ground. Left arm is pulling up through the left fingertips. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Left hand lowers to the inside of that left foot. Lower the right heel down. Coming into our breathe here. Right arm pulls up high. Use that left elbow to press that knee open in our side angle pose. Good. Gazing up at the right hand if that's available to you. Maybe gazing down at the left if it's not comfortable on your neck. And then engage that core here. Start to pull your way all the way to warrior 2. Big bend in that left knee. Pressing into the pinky side toe of your right foot. As if there's a $100 bill there. We're trying to keep it so we can go shopping online. Breathe. Hit a little bit lower. Hold calm and steady in the heart, in the body. Strong on the external. Beautiful. Straight in that left leg. Reverse your triangle. Big sigh here. And very slowly come back through center. Keep that left leg straight. Reach forward with the left hand. Trikonasana. Left hand lowers. Right arm inhales up high. Try not to let there be a lot of weight on that left hand. We want to create space through that left side body here. Pull up. Good. Find another breath. Slowly pull your way all the way to standing. Left toes are now parallel with the right toes. Inhale, open that heart and chest. Exhale, fold it forward. Again, you have your option here. So option for headstand if it's part of your practice, tripod, traditional headstand, any other funky stuff you'd like to play with, or just stay where you are, let the head go, relax, and breathe. Remembering to take what your body wants. It's important to listen to your body. Inhale, find that halfway lift. If you are in headstand, slowly lower those legs all the way down. And then we'll all meet in that halfway lift. Then bending into that right knee so you're at the back of the mat, left leg straightens. Again, hands to heart center, or take whatever variation feels good for you. Lengthening through the back of that left leg. Good. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Walk those hands back through center as you bend into the left knee and turn forward back into your runner's lunge. Setting yourself up once again for high crescent. Sweep those arms all the way up and over the head. Really grounding down through that left foot. Tailbone tucked under. Exhale, belly to your thigh. Arms extend back behind you. Starting to shift your weight now into that left leg. Right toes float. Warrior 3. Gaze down on your mat. Hips stay squared off. Right toes flex towards the mat. Arms by your side. Holding. 3, 2, 1. And very slowly lower the hands to the ground. Standing splits. Keep those hips squared off for a moment before we set ourselves up here. Left hand lowers to the left edge of your mat. And then start to stack the right hip on top of the left hip. Right arm opens up. Half moon pose. Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower that right hand. Square the hips back off. Good. Shiva squats. Exhale. Take that right knee behind the left as you bend down into that left knee. Inhale. Lift all the way back up to standing split. Exhale. Lower that right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Reach it back up. This time we're going to exhale. Lower that right knee. Come to your seat. Again, I'll turn around to face you. So this time that right knee is bent and the left foot is across that right knee. Left hand goes behind you, lengthen through the spine. Inhale the right arm up high. Exhale your elbow to your knee as you twist, gazing over the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist even deeper. Hold here for 3. Breathing for 2. And for 1. Slowly back through center. Bow that head down to the right just to reverse out of that. Slowly come all the way back up. Our favorite pose, Navasana. Uncross those legs. Navasana boat pose. So I'll turn back onto face the front of my mat. Navasana. Breathe here. Pull that heart up. Arms extended by your side. Hold. Some of you might want to even try to straighten the legs as long as you keep that spine nice and straight for 3, 2, 1. Low boat, lower, hover, hold. Core engage. 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees to the chest. Good. Rock side to side. Rock up and down the spine. Beautiful. Breathe. Last flow here. We're coming back to chair pose. When you're ready, rock all the way up. Utkatasana, chair pose. This is our last one, so find that deepest chair pose and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step or hop back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha. Adho Mukha. Breathe. Good. Setting up our pigeon pose. Right leg inhale, reach it up high. Right shin comes parallel to the front of the mat. Walk that left leg back behind you. Take a look back, make sure the left leg is straight, hips stay squared off, hands by your hips, open the heart and the chest. And then exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands forward. Relax your forehead. And let everything just melt into the earth here. Noticing the right hip, the right side of your body, what's happening, what's going on. Just 3 more breaths here. I'd like to, as I do really roll over onto that hip, the right shoulder will come up. Like I'm all the way on my side here. I try to get my right knee down on the ground. And then from here, we'll walk those hands back to your hips. Tuck the left toes under. Kick that right leg back behind you. Shake it out. You have your option here to flip your dog, dropping that right foot behind you, lifting the hips up, right arm reaching to the top of the room. Good. We're going to rotate all the way back, adding in another fun posture, starfish pose. Kick that right foot over to the left. Inhale your left arm up high. Beautiful. Left hand lowers. And then step back, downward facing dog. Good, same thing on the other side, and then we'll take it down. Left leg, inhale, reach it up high. Exhale, left shin parallel to the front of your mat, pigeon pose. Set yourself up on this side. It might be easier, it might be tighter. Walk your hands by your hips, open that heart and chest, and then exhale, bow it forward. Letting everything go on the left side. Notice what it feels like, what's happening here, what's going on. And breathe. Last 3 breaths. One more breath in this posture. hands all the way back to your hips. Tuck the right toes under. Lift that left knee. Kick it all the way back. Shake it out. Maybe flip that dog. Lift your hips up high. Left arm reaches to the top of your mat. Good. Rotate all the way back. Left leg is still high. And then kick that left leg all the way over to the right. Starfish pose. Right arm inhales. Beautiful. Lower that right hand. Step back. Find your downward facing dog. This is our last one. You're welcome to roll forward. Take your final high to low. Up dog. And down dog. We'll end here. Coming down onto our mat, just take 2 final breaths. Good, last one. Lower to those knees. Tabletop position. 3 cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, chin to heart round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart in the chest. Exhale, chin to heart round. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Back through center for puppy pose. Get those hips over your knees. Walk those hands to the tippy top of your mat. Melt the heart, the chin, the chest down onto the ground for 5 breaths. It's okay if the chin and the heart don't quite touch. That's totally fine. 3 more breaths here. Maybe you slide a pillow, a blanket, anything you might have underneath the chest, just to help support you a little bit. Beautiful. Press back to your child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees open wide. Reaching the arms over the head. Maybe rock that forehead side to side. Just to release through the neck a little bit. Also the option to bring your hands to prayer and then take the thumbs to the back of the neck as you walk those elbows forward more to the top of your mat. Again, remembering that intention that you had set for your practice. Last breath here. And release those hands over the head. Then walk your hands back to your hips nice and slow as you make your way all the way down onto your back. Nice and slowly coming onto your back. Get your heels close to your glutes, the soles of your feet on the mat, hip width distance apart, knees hip width distance apart. We're going to take 2 different rounds of bridge pose. First round, when you're ready, take an inhale, hands by your side. Exhale, press and lift those hips up. Maybe you roll the shoulders back behind you. Maybe you just keep the hands by your side and breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very slowly and gently lower your way all the way down. Got a last round, yogi's choice, another bridge or full wheel if it's part of your practice. When you're ready, take an inhale. Exhale, press your way up and trust that I will call you out when the time is right. Breathe. Notice your breath. Notice how your body is feeling in this posture. Good. One more breath here. Very, very slowly lower your way all the way down. Find stillness for a moment. And then allow those knees to rock side to side, windshield wiper them right to left, left to right. Finding your favorite variation of supine twist. We'll drop the knees, both knees over to the right maybe. Maybe you cross one leg over the other in eagle legs. Maybe you just hug that left knee into the chest and send it across the right side of your body. Whichever one feels best for you, you're going to gaze over the opposite shoulder. So whatever direction the knees are going in, gaze in the opposite direction, trying to keep both shoulders rested on the ground. And then come back through center. Do that same thing on the other side. Whatever variation you took, take it here unless it's impossible, and then that's totally okay. Find something else that feels good for you. Very slowly come back through center. Give both of your knees a big hug. And then find happy baby pose, reaching for the outer edges of the feet. Pull those knees towards the ground. And allow that tailbone to release, to touch the mat. Your head is on the ground. Your shoulders are on the ground. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe straighten a leg, straighten the other. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. Supta Baddha Konasana, lower the feet to the ground. One hand comes to your heart, one hand to your belly. Roll those shoulders back behind you. Eyes closed. This is where you get to soak it all up, everything that you just did in your body, in your mind, in your heart. This is where we get to take it all in. So just take a moment, close the eyes down, and breathe into your body.
Okay, and I wanted to actually run this by you. It's something that I noticed like last week after I got back from there when I did my regenerator. But if I ran it and actually turned on like the air conditioner unit, so I guess since I'm drawing more power, it ran pretty smooth. But then if like nothing's drawing power from it, it goes back to doing that nice cellular thing that it was doing.
You're welcome to stay here, or maybe start to lower one leg down and then the other arms open wide for your final rest of Shavasana. Any last wiggles you need to take out of your body, go ahead and take that here, and I'll end us with the breath together. Big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it all out. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale, sigh it all out, and I'll call you out when the time is right. But for now, just allow your body, your mind, your heart, everything to settle and relax.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll give you a call back just a little later today. Okay.
your body feels ready, you can start to invite some life, some breath, some movement back into the space around you, back into your body. Maybe reach those arms over the head. Give yourself a full body stretch from the tip of the fingers to the tip of the toes. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Send yourself some affirmations. And then roll over to your favorite side, taking a second to bring yourself back into the space around you, re-rooting into the earth. And press your way up to a comfortable seated position, finding a soft spot to gaze or allowing the eyes to close. Next inhale, sweep both of your arms up and over the head, bring your palms to touch. Then exhale those hands down to heart center. Bow your head down to your heart. Honor yourself for making this time and space for your practice, for choosing to take care of your body. Thank you for letting me guide you on this flow today. Namaste.
Thank you for watching Kula Wellness on YouTube. Please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button below.